pilot's natural tendency whenever the airplane starts falling out of the sky is they pull up. They think, all right, I pull up, that's going to give me more lift and I'm going to fly away. When in reality, we got to push down, break that angle of attack, get our airspeed back up, and then we can initiate a climb out. So that's what we're going to demonstrate here for both our power off and power on stall.
Cool.
We're going to take it to a full brake too.
Awesome.
So we're going to hold that nose up until she won't hold up anymore and just falls down.
All right. Cool. All right, everything looks good.
Yeah, we're still clear. We got that guy about 1,000 feet below us. There should be no factor.
Cool. All right, so we'll pull that power back. About 1,500 RPMs. Awesome. Start walking those flaps.
Yeah, below 102, bring him in. Hold that 4,000.
All right.
There we go.
Get to 60 and get the descent going.
Yeah, right here we just pull power and then put the nose to the horizon, and that'll get you both the power idle.
There we go.
And descent. Nice. Looking
10
good.
12.
Stall, 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 stall.
Keep it going.
Stall,
Almost
stall,
there.
Stall, 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 stall.
There it is. Bring it back up to the horizon.
Stall.
There we go. And last flat, very good. That was pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
Finally got it.
Yeah, it was.
All right.
Cool.
Now we'll do power on stall, yep. So on takeoff, we got a little excited, kept pitching up, and we're now in a stalling situation.
Right.
This one's a little bit simpler. We're going to have a clean configuration, and we're, again, just going to aggressively pitch up to about 20, 25 with full power until we hit a stall. We'll just take this one to the buffet. So if we hear that stall horn first, just hold it just a moment longer until we feel those wings start to buffet.
Sounds good.
All right, whenever you're ready.
All right, so we'll pull that power back to 15. Pitch up to maintain altitude and bleed off that airspeed to 60.
And just a little bit more.
Stall, stall.
Cool. Bring that
stall,
nose down for a
stall,
second to break that stall, and then full power and go up to 20, 25.
Cool.
Yeah.
Stall, 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 stall.
A little bit of right rudder there.
Stall.
Good. Now just hold it here until we start buffeting.
Stall, stall, stall,
And
stall,
there it goes.
stall, stall,
And
stall.
well done.
Relax that back pressure, build up that airspeed. Cool.
Nice. All right, so slow flight. We're going to get ourselves set up in landing configuration. So bring that RPM to about 16, 1700. Start slowing us down. And then once we get below VFE or 102, we'll start walking those flaps in.
Cool. All right. Got 1, 2, and 3.
Very good.
Awesome.
All right, so we're just going to let the plane slow down naturally here, maintain altitude, doing great. And we're looking for 50, 55 knots here.
Just above stall.
And then as that plane and nose starts getting heavier, we're going to walk in some trim here. And we're looking for about 7.5 degrees nose up. Is usually the sweet spot for slow flight here. So keep bringing that nose up. Once we get low,
add some power.
Low run speed, we'll need some more power. Right, higher angle of attack, we're going to have higher induced drag, so we're going to need more power to maintain our altitude. Very good.
Cool.
Perfect. So we're all set up here. So typically here, we're just going to practice making some shallow turns, descending and climbing a little bit. For that stall horn, just push that nose down just a hair to arrest that stall so it doesn't get any more aggressive. And then from here, we just make some altitude changes and a couple different heading changes. So we'll go over to, let's do a 330 heading.
Cool.
Nice and shallow, and why don't you climb us up to 4,200.
All right, we'll go full power.
So on these, the key, we want to stay coordinated. We understand here we're moving slow, so we've got a lot less airflow going over those wings, so it's going to take us a little bit longer to make those turns and changes. They call it slow flight for a reason, right? Nice and easy with the turns, nice and easy with the climbs and descents. Big emphasis on just maintaining that airspeed. Looking good. And then as we approach our altitude, we'll lead off that throttle by about 50 feet. So start walking that power out here so we don't climb through 4,200. Very good.
All right.
Good to go. All right, so let's head back to 360, and we're just going to drop back down to 4,000 where we started.
Cool.
Same thing here.
Power.
Nice shallow turn, 5 to 10 degree turn. Let out that power and keep that nose up as we're descending so we maintain our airspeed and using our power only to manage that altitude. Very good.
Nice slow turn. All right, as we come up on that altitude, I'll start adding some power back in. Compensating for that increase in airspeed, pitching up.
Very good.
Awesome.
There we go. And then as we get to that, or starting out to add that power back in, 2,000, 2,100 RPM right now is usually the sweet spot for the conditions.
Awesome.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, and then recovery from slow flight is just going to be like any stall recovery. So we're going to push those down, simultaneously add full power. Very good, and then start walking those flaps out. Looking for 64 and a climb out. Very good, and then last flap.
Climb. Awesome.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Now we get to have a little bit more fun.
Right.
Do some steep turns.
Fun. All right. See, everything still looks good. We're still on the fullest tank.
So level off here, 41. We'll do these to commercial standards today.
Awesome.
50 degrees of bank. Area is still clear here. Take a quick peek.
Cool.
Yeah, very important on all maneuvers. We got to be in maneuvering speeds at 98 to 113 in the Archer.
Cool.
And then we want to have a good power setting. If we start at 103, 104, 105, that's fine. And as we roll into this, we're going to add a little bit of power. That's going to help keep our nose up and get established into that bank without losing too much altitude.
Awesome.
All right, so one of the most common things we see on steep turns is a lot of over-controlling. So we're going to initially have to give it a pretty steep bank to get into that 50 degrees. And then once we're there, for the most part, we're going to have neutral aileron and we're just going to be keeping it in the pocket.
Cool.
So whenever you're instructing and teaching folks this, I just encourage you to watch their hand movements. If we're doing a lot of this throughout it, we're typically working a little bit too hard. So I'm just going to get my trim set up here, 2.5. We're going to roll into it, lead with that rudder, and get right into the pocket. And then once we're here, if I need to make some small adjustments, I can make those adjustments here. So I'm losing a little bit of altitude, so I'm just going to bring that up just a hair. And then I'm not really having to make very big adjustments here as I am going through my turn. If I lose some altitude, I can change that bank to get that altitude back or continue descending if I'm a little high. So we're coming through here, still a little low, so I'm just going to pull up just a hair. Got our field coming up right here, then rolling in, just lead with that right foot, come right back into the pocket on the other side, settle in, get coordinated, and then again, make any small altitude adjustments you need here.
Right.
And then just let it do its thing here. Don't let it overbank. Keep your hands here, and just nice, smooth corrections will do it. Getting a little fast, I'm going to take out just a hair of power there. Little low, going to pitch out, don't want it to get out of there. We'll save it there at the end and then roll back out.
Awesome.
All right.
Gotcha.
You're up again.
All right.
All right.
All right.
So, chandelle. We're going to get set up here. We'll just level off 4,100.
All right. We'll pick a little 90-degree reference. I'll choose that road right there.
That looks good.
Awesome.
Reference points, I always tell folks, pick something big and far away. If it's like a water tower or something small, it's going to be really hard to pick out, especially in an area like this. We got 100 water towers. So that road's perfect. Roads, cities, big buildings, lakes, things like that make great points.
Yep.
All right. Whenever you're ready, hit it.
All righty. Let's do it. Cool. All right. We'll bank 30. Full power.
First half of this, nice, easy pitch. We should be getting to that highest pitch at our 90-degree point, which is that road coming up right there. Very good.
There it is.
And we're just going to hold
that. We'll hold this as we walk out our bank.
Yep, that nose is going to get heavy as we bleed off that speed, so just keep slowly pitching up, add more pressure. Right above stall. It's good. Just let off a little bit. There you go.
Stall.
Cool.
Done like a pro.
Awesome. And then we'll just slowly release that back pressure, gain that airspeed back.
Yep, ACS says here, minimum loss of altitude. Looks like we got this guy climbing into his two. Let me get eyes on this guy before we go to the right.
Awesome.
All right, let's do one to the right.
All right.
One to the right. Just make sure on that turn, get all the way to 30 before we start pitching up. And then once we get to 30, full power, slowly pitch up. Nice and
cool. All right. Cool. All right. Bank 30. Full power. We'll start pitching up.
Smooth. We got the same point road right here coming up. At our 90, we're at max pitch. Good.
There it is. And we'll start walking out that bank, holding that pitch.
stall, 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 stall,
right.
stall,
Beautiful.
stall, stall, stall.
It's like you've done this once or twice.
Yeah, just a few times.
Couple times.
Yeah.
Stall, stall.
The key with the lazy 8, gotta be lazy.
Yep.
Right? We're demonstrating the overbanking tendencies here. So we're gonna let the airplane do what it wants to do. So
Right.
quick brief on that. I always tell folks when we're starting the lazy 8, got to get set up for it correctly. Airspeed
Right.
and power management in the beginning are
Crucial.
absolutely crucial. If we start with too low a power setting or too high of a power setting, it's going to be next to impossible to finish at our starting altitude. So
Right.
you got to take a couple 10 extra 20, 30 seconds to make sure that the power setting's good.
Yep.
Do that. You'll often see people a little too fast or a little too slow, or they're climbing or descending whenever they start this,
Yeah.
and they don't give the airplane a chance to cruise out. So
Gotcha.
let's take our time here. We'll get to 5100. See if we can get rid of some of these bumps. Goodness.
I know. So we're going to choose our 45. So I'll choose that lake over there.
Gotcha.
For my 90, I'll choose that white building over there.
All
And then
right.
for my 135, I'll choose that lake over there.
All right.
Alrighty. Let's do it. Alright. So we're going to pitch up about 1 degree per second. So I'll count in my head as we walk in that degree in that bank.
That wind is beating us
I
up.
know.
You're doing good. Nice and patient with it. So as we continue to pitch up, that wing's going to continue to want to bank. So we're going to let it up to a certain point. Should be about 15 and 15, get to that 45 point, just like that, and then let that wing drop to 30, and start letting it slowly slice through the horizon. Very good. Target, we should be 90 degrees and slicing through the horizon just like that. Come down to about minus 7.5. Wait for it to get to 90 knots here, and then slowly start pitching up and letting out that bank. There you go. Oh yeah. Well done.
Cool.
Even with the wind beating us up.
And we can do it on the other side
Yeah,
too.
same thing. Just need more right rudder on this side.
Alright.
For those left-hand turning tendencies.
Yep, so
Not
we'll
our friend on the right.
count in our head. Slowly pitch up and bank 1 degree per second.
Good. Coming up on that 45 here. Should be about 15 and 15.
Using
Nice.
that rudder, that's going to kick us over
Good.
to slice through that 90.
Well done.
Cool. Go down about 7.5. Build that airspeed back up to about 90, and then we can start bringing it back up and taking up that pitch.
I love it.
Cool.
That's perfect.
Love to see it.
All right, so on our short fields, pretty similar approach to land as a normal landing.
All right.
We're going to pick a fixed point that we want to touch down on. So obviously we're going to have some float, so we're going to want to pick a point 100 to 200 feet before that, depending on how much wind we have for the day.
Right.
We're also going to slow it down a little bit more as we get short final. So our typical approach speeds, 65, 70 knots. We're going to slow that down to 61. Bring it in nice and slow.
Approach 236, Daryl.
So we have minimal float and we can really control exactly where we put the plane down.
Right.
Everything looks good, power's
Yep.
good, speed's good,
Cool.
altitude's good.
Lovely, lovely.
I like where we're at. All right.
All right.
Touch and
Looks
go,
like
Daryl.
we're about a beam right here, so we'll slow down. We'll add in that first notch.
Good.
85. I got that final traffic in sight. Look at that base turn. Total traffic this 517, turning left base runway 360.
Right over our treatment plan, that's what we like. And then we'll just keep our eyes outside and make some power adjustments if you feel like we need it.
Add a second flap, push for 80. Total traffic this 517, turning final for runway 36, full top taxi back tail.
Good, nice. So we're a little
Alright,
high.
high.
You got it.
Cool. Maintaining 70 right now, and then as we get closer, we'll slow it down to 65.
Wind hasn't changed much on us this lap, so that's good. Good. Airspeed's looking good. Like the power adjustments there.
Stall, 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 stall.
Right on the
And
numbers.
then maximum braking here. I mean, you got minus 0 plus 100 feet, and I think you put it within 20 feet of your target there, so.
I'd like to say I did.
Pretty good. Now we're going to practice our short field takeoff. So again, simulating, we got a short runway, we got a 50-foot obstacle to clear. So we're going to utilize maximum runway,
Right.
2 flaps for maximum lift. Rotation speed's going to come down a little bit from 60 to 55. And then after we are off the ground, we're going to pitch for
60.
60.
Tail traffic.
Go our 50 foot. And then
64.
after we track the flap, up
Yep.
to 200, and then normal climb out.
Sounds good.
Questions?
No?
All right.
All right, let's do it. So we're gonna taxi out using the most runway possible. All right. Hold down on those brakes, full power. Check in that everything's in the green. We're getting max RPMs. Awesome. Release the brakes.
Julian Mike, left downwind runway 36, tail traffic. Tail traffic
So keep an eye on the windsock here. So add a little bit of that crosswind correction in. Other way. There you go.
No, airspeed's alive. We're looking for 55.
12 miles to the west, inbound full stop.
There's 55.
Good.
Off. Then 60. That 50-foot obstacle. We got one.
42 Juliet is on left crosswind, going to be turned
64.
left.
Watch that right rudder. Keep us coordinated.
Take out the second flap and then normal climb out.
Good. All right, there's your short field.
Yay.
All righty, so getting set up for the power off 180 here. Want to take note of our winds. Don't have a lot of it today, so our float is going to be a little bit longer than we're used to. We're going to try to set up for this consistently every time. So want to be at TPA, at the appropriate airspeed, so doing 90 knots. So we can really hone in our sight picture as we're practicing these. Got that plane in sight, they're touching down now. Go ahead and hit it.
And boom.
And then,
One flap.
good.
Pitch for 76.
Let's take a look outside. I'd probably bring it in a little bit early on this one.
Sentinel traffic warrior 4347.
Don't cut it too close.
On the left crosswind.
Let's hold off on any more flaps until we know we have that runway made.
Awesome.
Welcome track out to this 517, right base 35, short approach level. Looks good.
Quick County traffic system 117 left downwind.
And about 500 feet from the runway, go ahead and turn to the numbers, so in about 50 feet. And then once we get established on final and we can determine what that headwind's going to do to us, we can start making some decisions on if we're going to need additional flaps or not, or if we just want to float this the rest of the way in.
Got a Miller traffic test on 62, left base for 36.
That second flap.
Yes, looks good. Then as we get closer, we'll start slowing it down so we can control how far we float. We don't want to float past our point. We've only got 200 feet to play with here.
Got a traffic system 114, 2 miles to the west. We're going to be entering the left downwind.
All right, come out of that slip here. We'll stabilize and just bring it right in. This looks good.
No, system 369 upwind.
A little bit of right rudder there.
Got a Miller traffic test on 62. Final for 36. Got a...
And just let it down nice and smooth. There we go.
Ooh. All right.
I like it.
Full power.
And that's power off 180. We're going to stay at 4,500 because I want to do a steep spiral. Or engine out into a steep spiral.
Gotcha.
So this will give us enough time to initiate the steep spiral, run through our checklist and flow, so go ahead and get all that stuff ready. So hypothetically in this scenario, we lost our engine over somewhere we actually want it to land.
Right.
This is going to really test our energy management and sight picture coming all the way down to the ground.
Right.
And we're going to see if we would have made our field or not. So we actually got the runway in sight there. Good deal.
Right off the nose.
Now obviously if there was traffic in the pattern or something like that, we wouldn't be doing this.
Right.
So we'll announce our intentions, make sure we're being safe about it. It's also good to do this exercise over grass runway or non-towered fields where you can actually get it pretty low without actually landing, but see if we would have made it or not. All right, so your engine just failed here. Oh no.
Oh no. All right. So we try to get it back going again. So we turn the fuel pump on, mixture rich, and then fuel selector on the fullest tank, and then cycle our mags and get our alt air open. And if we can't get it going again, then we will execute our emergency checklist. So we'll spark 7700, on 121.5.
Alright, so engine failure, one of the most common reasons for that is going to be fuel starvation, right? So the first thing we're going to do, fuel pump on, mixture rich, make sure we've got the fullest tank selected. From there, if we don't have anything, we can cycle our magnetos. We've got the alt air in case our induction's blocked. And at that point, if we haven't got power back, we need to start getting ready to make an emergency landing. So above 1500 AGL, we'd start that emergency landing checklist. Looks like airspeed and bank's been good. Another thing to keep in mind on these steep spiral, as our ground speed increases, our bank needs to increase as well, so we don't drift too far from the field. So we've kind of drifted a little bit to the south here, so we're going to shallow out your bank. Good. And just kind of hold that for a minute. Let us get closer to the field, and then you can start that spiral again.
Cool.
Bottom field, RTOS 587 over the field, 3,300, doing a steep spiral, and I left that 135, bottom.
Cool.
Doing a great job holding that airspeed. Trim looks good.
Alright, as we get the headwind again, we'll start walking up that thing.
Good. So now let's just kind of drift over across midfield and get into that left downwind.
Awesome.
Got 2,200 feet here. What do you think? You think we're going to make it?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're pitching for what speed here?
76.
Good. And then we could do that emergency landing checklist now.
Awesome. So we got our seats and seatbelts on, panel switches, we would turn.
Alright, so we're crossing the field about 1,000 AGL here. So now just do whatever you think we need to do to make the runway.
Alright.
I think in an emergency situation we probably survive. Let's go ahead and go around. Let's set up for just a normal landing. Soft field landing. First things first, we got to make sure we fly a good pattern. Let's tell folks, as we're getting set up on this, let's look for some visual reference points, waypoints that we can use so we fly a consistent pattern every time. Get up to TPA here at 1500. Bring that power out to hold us at about 90 knots as we stay in the downwind here. Got a couple guys here at Terrell today with us. One in the base. You have them in sight?
Okay. No, I do not.
Alright.
Traffic goes 572, final runway 36.
They're coming in right in front of that water tower right there.
Oh, I got him.
Cool.
Alright. Make it a beam our point. We'll bring the power out. Good. Flap.
Flap.
And then
55.
pitch and trim for every phase of flight here. Make our lives as easy as we can. Good.
Tail traffic, Archer 6942 Juliet is on the upwind for 36, tail traffic.
And we'll just keep our eyes on this guy. Once we're a beam, we'll turn in base.
Gotcha. Alright. We're a beam.
Looks good.
Tail traffic is 517, turning left base runway 36, that's a go, Terrell.
This little water treatment plant's usually a pretty good one when there's no traffic to cross over for the base. So this is, we're a little bit long, but that's fine. Alright, so looking at the field now, do we look high or low?
Look a little high.
Look a little high. So what can we do about that?
Take out some power.
Very good. That power to manage our descent here. Keep that airspeed where we want it. Looks good. And if you look outside, you can square that wing up with the runway, and that'll square up our base. Yeah, there you go. We're not cutting into it quite as much.
Traffic, Archer 6942 Juliet
Looking
is on
good. All right.
one for 36, tail traffic.
Tail traffic goes 517 on final for runway 36, that's a go, Terrell.
You could also turn these pappies on.
Cool, I don't know, that's flat.
All right, so slightly high here. And we're starting to intersect. Good.
572 on the go, runway 36, making left close traffic, tail traffic.
Cool.
Beautiful.
Oh,
All right, so our windsock's in sight now, so we can see that. We got a little bit of wind coming from the right side, so we'll have that right aileron, and then just enough rudder here to keep us longitudinally aligned.
Right.
And we want to keep that in all the way through landing. Never let off of it. Airspeed check's good. Nice and stabilized descent. Beautiful.
Speed's perfect. Glide path looks good.
Good power management there. And start bleeding off that energy.
Stall.
Keep bringing that aft. A little bit of right rudder there. Good.
Stall.
Perfect.
Nose off.
Yeah. All the way aft. Good.
Cool.
Couldn't have done it any better myself.
Flaps down. Full power.
Get out of here. That was money.
Awesome. Tail traffic goes 517 on the go. Left close traffic, only 360.